Alright, hey everybody, it's me, Jeff, again, with the Nurture Nature Center, bringing you another Science at Home video. And today I am very excited because I am going to be installing a 100-watt solar array on my roof. That's why I come to you from my backyard today. And I just want to show you for a second. This is Thunderbolt Magnum brand 100-watt solar array that I will be installing today. But before I get to the installation, I just want to talk a little bit about what solar energy is. How do we? What are some of the different ways that we can use the sun as a source of power? All right, I have here on my driveway a couple different ways that we can use solar energy. We have 3 different solar panels here today. So the first thing I want you to look at is a radiometer. This is a type of heat engine. It's a glass bulb, and inside that glass bulb are 4, I should say, fins. And the fins are painted so that one side of each one is black and the other side is white. And when you set this out in the sunlight, the sun heats up the air in contact with the black side, and that air starts moving, and it creates a convection cycle, very similar to what we talked about in our last video about weather. Anyway, that convection cycle pushes on the paddles. It makes them spin. Now over here, this is an evacuated solar thermal tube. And these are very useful. These have wonderful applications for heating water. So inside that tube, there is a cylinder that's painted black, and it is in a clear glass, vacuum-sealed container. And the result of this is that, when sunlight shines through the clear glass, it heats up the black tube, and it can get very hot. And because it's in a vacuum, the heat can't escape to its surroundings. I can touch this, and it feels actually quite cold to the touch. But inside, the water is actually very hot. And this is a heliostat. This is a kind of robot that can track the motion of the sun as it moves across the sky. So let's look at the solar panels now. I have 3 different types of solar panel here. I have a monocrystalline solar panel, a polycrystalline solar panel, and I'm in the shadow. My shadow's blocking it, but a amorphous silicon solar panel. And each of these different solar panels has different advantages and disadvantages. They work in different kinds of conditions. So if we look at the monocrystalline solar panel, as the name suggests, it's made from a single crystal of silicon. Silicon is a photovoltaic material, which means that if you shine sunlight on it, the sunlight kicks electrons out of the crystalline structure of the solar panels, and it's those moving electrons that we can use to power an electronic device. So that's where the energy is coming from. The sun is kicking electrons out of the crystalline structure of the solar panel. That's true for all 3 of these. So for this monocrystalline solar panel, though, it gives you the most power in general for its size. Each of these solar panels is around the same size. That's why I picked them. And this one is producing 10.9 volts. They're really not very tolerant to low lighting conditions, so if a cloud was to pass over us right now, this one would really suffer. So now we've hooked up the voltmeter to the polycrystalline solar panel, and as that name suggests, this is made of many crystals melted together. You can sort of maybe see the individual crystals of silicon. They're all melted together to form one panel. And it is making less electricity. It's making 9.6 volts of electricity right now. So it's making slightly less than the monocrystalline solar panel was, but it's similar. But the advantage of a polycrystalline solar panel is that they're not as affected by cloud cover or shade. They overall can make more electricity. If you live in a cloudy environment, these will actually work a little bit better. And the third type of solar panel that we have here is a thin film amorphous solar panel. So this one is making the least amount of electricity. Again, it's similar in size to the other 2, but this one's only making 6.2 volts. Here's the advantage of thin film solar panels. They can do something really neat. They are flexible. This is a bendable solar panel. And this is useful for situations where you might have the solar panel on you, a solar panel that might get a little beat up. This solar panel was attached to the back of a book bag that I carried for a couple years. And now let's look at the panels I just bought. Look at these. Can you see why I'm excited? These are enormous. This is 4 individual panels. Each of these panels produces about 25 volts of electricity. I'm going to connect a couple different electronic devices to them, and let's see what they can do. Okay, I've connected my voltmeter to just one of the panels. It's just connected to this last panel here. So that's the only solar panel that we're drawing power from right now. And you can see it is producing just over 25 volts of electricity. Let's connect the output from just this one panel to this large DC brushed motor. This is a motor that is used for an electric scooter. Okay, so if I just connect this alligator clip to right here, we'll be sending power from this one solar panel to this electric motor. And let's see what happens. Ready? Whoa! So there's one solar panel powering that electric motor. So now I've connected all 4 panels with this hub. All 4 of the solar panels are being grouped together through here. Their voltage is the same. The way if you connect them in parallel, their voltage stays the same, but their amperage multiplies. So the amperage of each of these solar panels is multiplied so that out here we're going to get basically the full amperage of all 4 panels working together. And let's see how much that makes the motor spin. Okay, ready? Connecting now. Whoa! So that's definitely a lot faster. That's 100 watts going through that electric motor right now. Okay, so now I've connected the solar panels to this charge controller, which came with the kit. So all 4 of the panels are plugged into the charge controller here. This cable goes into the charge controller. And then I've connected a 12-volt battery to the charge controller. So what's happening right now, and you can see on this little display, it tells you which way the electricity is flowing. So right now we're getting 13.8 volts. So that 25 volts that the panels is producing, this is limiting that voltage so that it's safe to go into the 12-volt batteries. So the blinking light here, though, tells us that the electricity is going from the panels into the batteries, and it's saying that the batteries are fully charged. These batteries were fully charged when I connected them, but I just wanted to do that. It wasn't quite fully charged when I first connected it. It only took a few seconds to get it fully charged. And now we can connect things to our array. So I have here a light bulb that came with the kit. So I'm going to plug it in here and flick the switch. Let's see if we can get this to turn on. Oh, look at that. So right now we are powering this light bulb off of the solar panel. And so here's the ultimate test. I'm going to turn on the fan and let's see what happens. Look at that. So we are powering this fan off of our solar panels, ultimately, which are keeping the batteries charged, and they're providing the electricity, the DC power that's being converted to AC at this inverter, which we can use to power a fan. And I could plug anything in here. So I'm not going to be leaving these solar panels here in my driveway. They have kickstands on them, and I can set them up anywhere I want, but this is a terrible place to set up a solar array. They're going to go up onto that roof right there. The beauty of this system is that it's expandable. I just need to buy more of these panels and more of these hubs here, and I can connect up to 4 of these kits to this charge controller, which means I can have up to 400 watts. Thank you for joining me, though. Catch you next week.